Oh no, our mic's not working. There we go. Hello. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to Monster Cat's Earth Day special. I am Dan, I'm here at our HQ, and we have an amazing 3 hours in store for you guys. So I'm just gonna wait to make sure that my mic is working. I know that I'm on a delay, but that was my mistake at first. There we go. Cool. So why don't we start off? I'd love to know where everyone is tuning in from. Put it in chat. It's so great that on Earth Day, we can actually have people tuning in from all over the world. And just to let you guys know what is in store for you, for the next hour, we're actually going to be doing a live art stream with Amanda Cha. She's going to be drawing live on screen, and she's just about ready. And we're going to go to her in a couple minutes. And throughout the entire stream, we're also going to have donations opened up. And if you donate, something special may actually appear inside of the art. So if you're in the position to, that would be great. And for today, our donations are going to Beneath the Waves. In the second hour, we're going to be actually talking with Beneath the Waves as well as JAUZ and HALIENE. And I think I see HALIENE in chat right now, so make sure to say hi to her. So we're going to be talking about ocean conservation. We're going to be talking about just how important the oceans are to our planet. Beneath the Waves is actually a shark-focused NGO, and they have a lot to say about sharks, so I can't wait to get to that. So that's the second hour. Also, at the end of the second hour, we're going to be premiering the acoustic version of JAUZ and HALIENE's record, Oceans and Galaxies. The first time ever we're going to play it. I hope you guys like it. Then in the last hour, so hour 3, we actually have 3 acoustic sets, one by HALIENE, second from Monica Santucci, and the third from Amity. So I can't wait to get started. Like I said, today is Earth Day. I personally love this time of the year, and hopefully you guys do too. So let's actually get this going. Amanda is just about ready. I'm going to send it over to her and start our art stream. So I will come back in 1 hour. Okay, so see you guys in a bit. Let's see if this works.
wish that I could reach you. Wish that I could crash upon your shore. How your waves made me love to drown. I need your touch, but I don't know how to write a line in the silver clouds. But you can reach me with your mind. We can cross the borderline. Wish I could fly at the speed of sound. If we're 10,000 tight. I don't know if I'll survive as the darkness falls. An ocean in your eyes, and I need you to let me go, to let it flow. I'm falling down. Your waves are pulling me under. I drown to the sound of thunder. The ocean is taking another life. Your waves are pulling me under. We all know
after staring at these flames. Sky, at these flames. Sky, thinking about at these walls.
not how we'll stay. Oh, 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 oh. It's not how we'll stay. The waters keep on changing, I think we'll be okay as long as I keep patient. You say you want me, but then you go and do the same thing again, again, again. You say you need me, but then you go and say you see her again, again, again. 'Cause we know how this goes, yeah. And now we're getting so old, yeah. And I don't wanna be the one that's picking up the pieces one by one. I said I'm done, but I'm not. No, I'm never done. The darkness keeps us going. When we're fighting, I can't find the right words to say, but I know it'll be okay. I know that we'll be okay. No matter what I say, no matter what, I'll stay by you. Oh, will you stay by me? You say you want me, but then you go and do the same thing again, again, again. You say you need me, but then you go and say you see her again, again, again. 'Cause we know how this goes, yeah. And now we're getting so old, yeah. And I don't wanna be the one that's picking up the pieces one by one. I said I'm done, but I'm not. No, I'm never done.
I tell you a story about me and you, out on the water, surrounded by the blue. They scream that only I'll be saved. They toss off the line, but I just let it float away. Yeah, I let it float away. I let it float away. I let it float away, float away, float away. Yeah, I let it float away. I let it float away. I let it float away. Story about you and me, stuck on the water, the waves are getting deep. They scream that only I can breathe. They toss off the mask, but it's a little out of reach. Yeah, I let it float away. I let it float away. I let it float away, float away, float away. Yeah, I let it float away. If you're not with me, I'd rather not be saved. There's no decision to be made. If you're not with me, I'll just let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. Float away, float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away.
everyone. How are you guys doing? We're just about halfway through Amanda's art stream. She's actually drawing live, if you guys haven't realized. And if you look on the left side, for everyone that has donated, she's drawing a little, just a little something to remember you by inside the art. So I see some starfishes, some eels and whatnot. So thank you to everyone that's donated. Obviously, thank you just to everyone that is here enjoying the music and celebrating Earth Day. Like I said, the next hour, we're actually going to be sitting down with JAUZ, HALIENE, and our charity partner this year, Beneath the Waves, to get more in depth and actually talk about why the oceans are so important and what Beneath the Waves does. Then after that, we have some really cool acoustic sets, so make sure to stick around. We're going to get back to Amanda's art right now, so hope you guys enjoy it. But first, I got a little something to show you. We have apparel that is up in our shop, shop.monstercat.com, and all proceeds of that are going to Beneath the Waves. So here's what they look like.
back home.
Hey everyone, hope you guys are enjoying the art stream so far. We actually have just 10 minutes left with Amanda before she has to get back to work. But she's really enjoying it, and thank you to everyone that did donate. We've really populated this scene nicely. So, like I said, 10 more minutes. She's going to wrap it up. Then after that, we're going to get right into our roundtable discussion. I sat down, I think it was last week, with JAUZ, HALIENE, and Dr. Austin Gallinger from Beneath the Waves. And we're going to talk about ocean conservation, Earth Day, just why the oceans are important to us, and definitely talk about sharks. So I really can't wait to get started. Then after that, we have a preview or a premiere of the acoustic version of Oceans and Galaxies by JAUZ and HALIENE. Then wrapping up the whole show, we have 3 acoustic sets, one from HALIENE, another one from Monica Santucci, and another one from Amity. So yeah, let's get back to Amanda. Like I said, 10 more minutes. If you're in the position to donate, please do. You can write in chat, just write !donate, or you can go to shop.monstercat.com. We do have a few very limited edition Earth Day apparel items, like a hoodie, I believe it's a t-shirt, and a reusable water bottle. And proceeds to that will be going to Beneath the Waves. So yeah, let's get back to Amanda and finish this up. Okay. How's everyone doing? Hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you, Amanda, so much for drawing that. Actually, let's see if I can pull it up. I was trying to get this there. There you go. I think we can see it. So yeah, this is what we created. Where is it? There it is. What? Can't do it. So yeah, all of your donations went into this amazing image. Thank you, everyone that donated. So yeah, maybe we can do something with this picture after. So what we have for the rest of the hour, we have a roundtable discussion, which we're going to get to. It's broken up into two parts, two 15-minute parts, and we're going to take a break right in the middle. And yeah, we're going to talk with, like I said, JAUZ, HALIENE, and Dr. Austin Gallinger. And I'm really excited to get started. So let's just do this. First, I do have a quick video I want to play just to give you an intro of what Beneath the Waves is all about. So here we go. Hope you guys enjoy it. And thanks for tuning in to Monster Cat's Earth Day special. I believe you can stop it. Hello, welcome everyone to our Earth Day stream right here on live.monstercat.com. We are joined by the amazing JAUZ, HALIENE, and Dr. Austin Gallinger from Beneath the Waves, our ocean charity for this year. So we're going to have some really awesome conversations today. We're going to talk about ocean conservation and how it pertains to protecting our oceans, climate change, how it affects humans. I think we're going to have some really good discussions. So let's go around, get a quick intro from everyone, and tell us why you're excited to be here. So, Austin, why don't you go first?
Sure. What's up, guys? Austin Gallagher here, marine biologist. I run a nonprofit research institute called Beneath the Waves. Been obsessed with sharks since I was a little kid. Live in DC now, but I spend a lot of my time on the water, in the water, traveling around the world, studying sharks, filming sharks, and trying to collect the data that we need to hopefully have a better future oceans. It's an incredibly exciting journey, and I love music. I love partnerships, and I think that's why I was so attracted to wanting to work with all you guys here.
Great. JAUZ, how about you?
Hi, my name is Sam. I also make music and DJ under the name JAUZ. And if you've been with Monster Cat for a while, then I'm probably not a super unfamiliar face. I've put out a couple records here and there. It's two, right? Put out two records together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in the day, I've known the Monster Cat guys for basically as long as I've been in music, and I'm so stoked to be back to do I want to call it my first solo original song with you guys, but that's totally not the case because it's a song with HALIENE, and it's not a song that I made that happens to be featuring a vocalist. This is very much a song that we made together. If anything, I'm the featured artist. So I'm very, very excited to be back on Monster Cat. I'm very excited to have finally been able to write a song with HALIENE, which I guess is a good segue to you.
Well, thank you for those super kind words, JAUZ. It's absolutely been like such an honor and such a pleasure working with you on this. I'm so happy that we did this song together. It's like so perfect for us to work on together, especially with the title. So my name is HALIENE. I've had a few releases on Monster Cat. Love working with Monster Cat. Actually, my first solo single, Dream in Color, came out on Monster Cat, and you guys are just an amazing label. I'm super excited to be here today talking about this, and I'm just so happy that we can tie a work of art, a song that JAUZ and I made, in with this important cause, and that we can bring more light to this cause as well as share our music. I think that's so amazing that art has the way of partnering with special things like this. So I'm honored to be here.
So with that, Austin, you did mention a little bit about Beneath the Waves. Why don't you dive, didn't mean that, but why don't you dive a bit more into that and tell me the mission behind Beneath the Waves?
Well, I started Beneath the Waves in 2014, and we kind of are positioning ourselves as sort of the next gen NGO. And what I mean by that is, our mission is to do cutting edge science to advance ocean health. We have a deep focus on sharks and marine protected areas. And what's really different about us is that obviously we want to do the credible, authentic, real world, impactful science, but we really see the value in embracing partnerships around art and music and, with the private sector. And I think that we're always trying to find new ways to communicate our work, because if we just publish scientific papers, not that many people are going to read those, even if they have an impact on informing policy and working with governments, which is something I do a lot of. And we got to get the general public just up to speed on what we're doing. And we really try to use art as the main channel for a lot of that communication.
My favorite snorkeling experience was in Maui, and just seeing this whole other world that is most of the planet that exists under the waves, under the water, beneath the waves. It's just so amazing. You just lose track of time watching these incredible animals just do their thing.
So the first story is that Joanne, my wife, and I went scuba diving in the Great Barrier Reef in off the coast of Australia, which, is a bucket list for, I think, anyone. It was my first time scuba diving ever. It was a pretty crazy place to do it for the first time. I had a blast. She kind of panicked. I ended up fine, which is funny because normally I would have assumed that I was the one who would have had the panic attack. But I had a great time. And as we got back up to the boat, the guy who was our guide was like, just so you know, 25 feet away, there was a great white for like half the trip, just kind of chilling. But, the worst thing you could do is see it and freak out. So I didn't tell you guys. I was like, oh, okay. So I kind of swam with sharks, but I don't really count it because I didn't know.
You didn't know.
Yeah. We got to witness firsthand, especially because I didn't really think it was that bad, just the degradation of the barrier reef. Because I had never really seen it in real life. And then I took my experience and then went and watched videos of what the reef used to look like. And, just seeing how many of the things that I thought were normal to look like kind of gray and tan and these kind of muted earthy, colors and tones, and realize that those should have been these vibrant, gorgeous colors. Like a lot of the reef still is that we saw, was just really mind blowing because, you hear, oh, the reefs are dying because of this, that, and the other. And you just say, oh, that sucks. But then when you really see it in person, it really hit on a much grander scale. It's a bummer, man. Like Austin said, we as normal humans going day by day have absolutely zero idea how important what goes on in the ocean is to our everyday life on the land. You know, forget about us, you know, going in the water or any of that. Just like us being on land doing the things we do every day is completely dependent on our oceans being protected. And we're not doing a very good job.
Why are sharks so important? Not just even for our ocean, but just for humans and our planet and our ecosystem.
Sure. Well, I think one thing I always talk to people about is, you know, it doesn't matter what language you speak, how old you are. You see a picture of a shark, probably going to know what that is. You know, it's one of these things that we just know as a kid. They're right up there with T-Rex, you know? So for me, that's like the ultimate jumping off point. In terms of why they're important, well, they're the wolves of the ocean. You know, they're like the panther, the tiger, whatever apex predator you want to pick, that's what they are. So they control the food webs. But other things that they do are, you know, they keep the ocean healthy. Half of the oxygen we breathe comes from the ocean. Every second breath we take, that O2 is coming from plants in the ocean. Sharks keep that whole situation intact because they're top predators. In addition to that, you know, Sam, we got to take you shark diving one day, but there's a lot of people around the world who spend a lot of money every year to go diving with sharks. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry per year worldwide. So that's pretty incredible in terms of the economic value that these animals actually provide to governments and countries all around the world. So, you know, they really do a lot for us. And I could go real deep into the, you know, some other areas there, but probably don't have enough time for that. But they are the, you know, sort of the real coast guards of our oceans.
Yeah. I guess with that as well, you were just talking about they're obviously the top predators. Is there, and without not getting maybe too granular, but what would happen if, let's just say, there were no more sharks in the ocean?
Well, we know from a few studies that have been done around the world that on coral reefs where there are no sharks, there's less fish. There's way more like algae, which is like a filamentous plant, you know, like kind of nasty looking, way more algae. And just overall, it looks terrible, you know? So they really do promote that healthy ecosystem. And, you know, anytime I go anywhere, you know, throughout my travels around the world, if I jump in the water and I see a shark, I know that that area that I'm in at least is decent. So, you know, they're sort of like the indicator, you know, the canary in the coal mine is sort of the old term that people like to use.
So if we kind of sense that there's a problem with sharks, there's likely going to be a bigger problem in our ocean.
For sure. And when you think about the fact that, you know, how does somebody in the middle of the United States connect to the ocean? Well, many ways. I was talking about the oxygen, but people in the middle of the United States eat seafood. They do. And there's a whole supply chain there. But, you know, over 60% of our planet relies on the ocean as the primary source of protein. So, and also regulates our climate. So, you know, human health is tied to ocean health, no doubt about it. And we like to focus on the sharks because they're the ultimate. You know, JAUZ, your story is a really good one. The first one for Great Barrier Reef. And what that is, it's called a shifting baseline, which is everybody's interpretation of what is good or healthy changes over time as the overall kind of mode or the vibe kind of changes. So it's sometimes hard to really understand how much we've truly lost. I will just preface this by saying I would not do what I do if I didn't think we could, you know, make a difference. And there are a lot of success stories out there. And, you know, I'm an optimist and I believe in, you know, we know what problems are in general, and humans are incredible. Even though we can be a really annoying species, we have the capacity to do truly amazing stuff. We're creative, you know, and if we're creative, we can figure out solutions to problems. So I wanted to just throw that out there. But, you know, the ocean, you know, some of the big issues, obviously, I don't want to hit it too hard, but overfishing, that's a big one. There's a lot of documentaries coming out now that are talking about, you know, the scale of overfishing and, you know, how that is, you know, drastically affecting overall ocean health. Sam hit on plastic pollution. That's a big one, but that one's actually really getting a lot of good momentum moving forward. And it's, you know, in, you know, the Western world, Western countries, we're kind of woke to this. And we know that we need to eliminate single-use plastics and use water bottles, which is huge. That's a really huge thing. And, we can really vote with our dollars in terms of the products that we buy and the, do you need that bottle of water, or can you just go, fill it up somewhere, And then the last thing is, obviously plants getting a little hot, and that is as a result of like 30 to 40 years of kind of just unregulated partying as a species. And, because of that, things have kind of really warmed up, and we know the problem. And it should not, we're not going to go down the political route here, but, this is just facts, like this is what the numbers tell us. If people put a temperature probe in their mouth to see if they're sick and the number comes off, you're going to believe what that number says. Same thing in the ocean, same thing in the atmosphere. And, when we actually see the numbers that are out there in the ocean, it's a little alarming. But here's the really positive thing is that we have like 15, 20 years to figure it out. We have about 15, 20 years to get it right. These are what the solutions are. The United Nations is putting so much effort behind this right now. The next 10 years, starting literally this year in 2021, are called the Decade of Ocean Science. And this is like a huge push to activate scientists, activate creatives, activate businesses to come together to do the science that we need and push it out to the masses and really inspire some of the biggest corporations in the world, who are probably some of the biggest, culprits here, to do things differently.
Hey guys, yeah, sorry about that. Just cut it. Like I said, this is all live. That recording is from last week, but right now is live. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. It was really good sitting down with them, and we have another bit that we're going to be playing as well, just to get more deep into it. One thing that I really took from our discussion with them, and just like what I think the spirit of Earth Day is about, is having these conversations with people and kind of forcing yourself out of that comfort zone. For the last couple of years, and especially here at Monster Cat and doing our Earth Day specials on the radio show, I've really kind of dedicated every day forcing myself to read one article that has to do with climate science or climate change, or just where our planet is at right now. And it's really helped me get a better sense of what's going on and being able to have conversations with people. I think a lot of this is to do with how we frame these discussions, and allow someone to understand on their own terms and kind of feel comfortable talking about it. And that was something that, we talked about with JAUZ, HALIENE, and Austin as well. So yeah. Remember, if you guys are in the position to donate, we are putting all donations this year to Beneath the Waves, Ocean Conservation. And that's going to be either, you can type !donate, which will pop up down here on this little bar, or you can go to shop.monstercat.com. We have some limited edition Earth Day apparel, and proceeds of that are going to go towards Beneath the Waves. So before we get into a few things, I do want to show you some stuff. First of all, let's actually take a look at the apparel items that we do have in our shop right now.
10,000 miles apart, we'll never be too far.
Yeah. So like I said, there's 3 items there. There's a t-shirt, long sleeve, hoodie, and a reusable water bottle, which is definitely something everyone should have, is a reusable water bottle. I have mine right here on the floor. So before we get into the second half of the discussion, I do have another video I want to play from Beneath the Waves, and it kind of shows you a bit more of some of their projects and what they do. So here we go.
You look at our planet and there's a lot of blue. And there's a lot of blue that's very far away from land masses. These are deep sea habitats, largest ecosystem on our planet. So the deep sea is really the final frontier on our planet. It's the largest ecosystem on our planet. It has the most biomass out of any ecosystem on Earth. So it's something we really need to think about and really try to get to study, but it's been really hard for us as humans to get there for decades. We've realized that the deep sea is a place that we actually have a chance to conserve before it gets exploited.
The deep, 300 feet to 1,000 feet, is super important because it's vastly untouched by human. What's super important is to create a catalog of the conditions as they currently exist today. We need to quantify them and freeze them in time, and then come back and look at them again periodically.
People say that we know more about outer space and other planets than we know about our own oceans. It's totally true when it comes to the deep sea. What we're trying to do is find diversity of species, maybe see something new that hasn't been seen before. Whenever you put a camera down deep in the ocean, you never know what you're going to find.
One of the main reasons why we're focusing on it is because our sharks are actually spending a lot of time in the deep sea. We've learned that these animals are going down into deep areas known as the twilight zone. This is below 200 meters, doing lots of diving and what we think could be foraging and even mating. It's really important for us as researchers who are developing hypotheses and explanations for what might be happening down there to actually see what the ecosystem looks like.
The ability to go down and observe for long periods of time without disturbing the environment, you're able to really understand what that sample collection really means. Both of our Triton subs are a matched pair. They're 305 meter, ABS certified.
We have these subs wired with some of the most cutting edge technologies for video recording, mounting different types of cameras, 360 degrees. Another one of the tools that we'll be using extensively on this expedition and future expeditions is environmental DNA. This is a cutting-edge tool that allows us to sample and monitor habitats without actually having to catch an animal. In addition, we have hundreds of sharks tagged throughout the Bahamas with acoustic tags, building on our Shark Sanctuary initiative. So we're actually putting an acoustic receiver on all of our subs moving forward to try and capture animals that might be in the area.
I'm here on this trip dropping deep sea drop cameras that are baited. We call them BREVs or BREVs into the deep sea. It can record for about 7 hours. It doesn't make any sound, it doesn't make that much light. And so we're able to attract things that might not normally come up to a deep sea exploration vehicle.
Combining technology, science, and purpose will help us all, try to preserve a world that we want to live in. What is so cool and captivating about this water world we live in? And it is beautiful, and it's exotic, and it's super adventure down there.
With the deep sea, what we want to do with our data, with our video, with all of our work here on the subs, is put that package together and really bring it to the forefront of the policy front lines and protect some of these ecosystems before it's too late.
I think for me, the hard part is trying to show people how they can help without changing their lives. If that makes sense. Like, a lot of people care, and a lot of people, if they're walking by on the street and you hand them a flyer and, you're like, save the oceans. And they grab it, they're like, yeah, let's do that. Or they watch a documentary or whatever it is. But when push comes to shove, and you're at the end of a documentary and they're like, these are the things you can do to help right now. That's where the real problem is. It's not that people don't know that they need to do something. It's that they, when it actually gets to that moment of doing something, that it becomes a problem.
I would say, like JAUZ just mentioned, it can feel insurmountable as well for some people.
Yeah.
Like, you just hit them with this huge amount of information and they're like, well, what am I supposed to do about that? So obviously, education and knowing what you can do that's practical and making steps towards that. And then we are definitely a passionate generation, I would say. The kids, like JAUZ said. When we get going about something, we're kind of unstoppable, which is a good thing. And I would say it comes down to personal experiences. Like if I had never been snorkeling in my life, I would have no idea, even the little fraction that I could see of the world that exists underneath the water. And I'm so grateful that I did. I was actually kind of scared to go snorkeling my first time because it was just very foreign to me. And the first time my husband had to like hold my hand the whole time. But then once I got comfortable, it was just so magical. And I think once you have a personal experience, even a little one like that, and it means something to you, you are willing to change your life because it's important to you. I think a masterful songwriter not only is in touch with their own internal dialogue, but also has their finger on the pulse of the people, especially their generation. And there comes a time in a songwriter's life that you start writing songs for, not like you think about I'm writing for this people, but it's like it's for you and it's for them. And I think that a lot of the greats, I'm watching the Aretha Franklin Genius series on Hulu right now. A lot of the greats have done that. And I think it's amazing. It moves people because music, especially like all art, it's designed to make us feel something. And if you can tie that with something that really, not only matters to us and our family or the people that we love, but matters to us all, man, that is the goal, isn't it? So I think it's just amazing that we can do this today.
It is my opinion that music has always been the backbone of change. Counterculture, it's, been the backbone of, revolution and just, I feel like, and I understand very much so the concept that musicians should just be musicians. But it's just not the way I was raised, and I don't mean by my mom and dad. I mean by, Rage Against the Machine and System of a Down and, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I mean, the list goes on of bands that, really stood not just for one thing, but for so many things. And so I think, the way that music can help is, doing things like this and just, the more and more and more artists that come together for a common goal, just like people, if we're saying that, it's hard for one person to make a difference, just like it's probably hard for just one artist to make a difference, regardless of the size of your fan base. For one person to make a difference, it's hard. If 5 million people, 500 million people all are just one person making a difference, then that's a lot of people making a difference together. And I feel the same way about artists. It could be Cardi B or Tiesto or whoever, even if it's just them or it's just me or it's just HALIENE, it can feel hard even as someone with an audience to make an impact. But if there's kind of this like, let's call it a wave, as we're talking about, oceans here, this wave of change, so to speak, that everyone kind of gets involved in, then it really feels like this movement, that, like you guys have touched on, can really feel empowering to become a part of. And then it, obviously caring about the oceans and the environment and all of that is great. And a lot of people will, help because of that. But there's also a lot of people that want to be part of something bigger than themselves, right? And I think if you can provide that in the context of helping your planet, helping your oceans, helping the sharks, and, they can get really wrapped up in something like that. I think that, that is something that would motivate people. And I know because I've been there myself. You know, when you join a community, whether it's because of music that you love or, you know, a sport or whatever, and everyone kind of bands together, you know, to fight for a common goal, even if it's something that you didn't even necessarily care about before, you're like, yeah, like this is something bigger than me. And this is, you know, we're doing something good. And I love this. And that's you know, one piece of the puzzle, but that's where I'll leave it for HALIENE.
We remember the artists who were different and took a stand, you know, and the Zach De La Roches, you know, JAUZ, to your point, and the John Lennons and the Eddie Vedders, and, you know, the people who stood up for something. Those are the ones that we remember and we talk about, you know, with our friends and family.
It's true.
Yeah, we wish we could do that. We wish we could throw a pair of goggles on someone or a mask and snorkel, but there's a lot of different things. Trying to figure out the best way to answer it. But I would say first and foremost, you know, our generation, you know, I'm in that generation, kid generation you guys mentioned, you know, barely made it, but we're technologists, you know, we're obsessed with social media. We're obsessed with our phones. We love seeing what other people are doing. And we usually double tap on things that are cool and interesting and exciting to us. And ocean's obviously a very exciting thing. So I think that, you know, people can share that heroism, you know, and people, I think people need to be empowered to understand that they can be seen as heroes, you know, even to their 10 friends or 20 friends or whatever it is. That's a huge thing. And, you know, I think a lot of people understand the fact that I might not be able to jump on a plane and go to Australia or go wherever, but I'm doing my best. You know, we all have to charge our phones every night. That's not going to stop. I eat meat. I eat fish. I try to make the right choices. There's nothing wrong with doing any of those things, by the way, at all. It's just really trying to figure out how can I do this in the best way that's possible and figure out who I should really align with. And like, we all want to find our tribe, you know, we want to figure out who those people are. Yeah, I mean, you know, you look at people on Instagram and, you know, you have 500,000 followers, 1 million followers, whatever it is. You know, it's not all about the money at all, by the way. But imagine if every person gave $1 to all these groups that were really doing the real thing and getting shit done. And, you know, you got to believe that that's going to make a difference. You know, one example that, and this is not a cynical comment at all, but this is just an example, is the cathedral at Notre Dame, you know, in France, burned down a few years ago. I can't remember how many years that was. Yeah. And like within 48 hours, people raised like $7 billion to restore it. And by the way, that thing was likely burned down because of weird temperatures and climates and things like that. So all of this, you know, capital was generated just like that, you know, and the fraction, you know, the ocean gets like a fraction of that every year, you know what I mean? So imagine if we could harness all these incredible people around the world to just do their part. And I really do believe that it doesn't take a lot, you know, and that people really can make a difference. And I hope that conversations like this can even just get people thinking about that in the right way.
Austin, can you actually just go a little bit deeper into what you do at Beneath the Waves for sharks?
Like I said earlier, like there's a big push right now in oceans to protect 30% of our global oceans by 2030. In order to do that, we need to figure out where the hell are we going to actually do those marine protected areas. And you can only really do that by understanding which places are most important. And you can only get there by studying fish and studying the animals and the turtles and the whales and the sharks that call those places home. So one of the things that we do at Beneath the Waves is we're trying to collect that type of information from animals and really look at them as partners and scientific collaborators. So we can put tags on them and we can track them over many years and see where they're spending most of their time. Maybe there's this one seagrass meadow that's really important for them, or maybe there's this one patch of ocean, you know, 500 miles offshore that every shark goes to in the Pacific Ocean, which does exist, by the way, you know, goes to for, you know, a couple months every year. And
Wow.
that's probably a place that we want to try and convince the international community that needs to be protected. So yeah, that's one of the things we do is we're trying to get that type of information. We work with governments, we work with decision makers to translate that into policy. And, this is not, I'm a capitalist, by the way. This is not tree hugging. This is doing what we need to do to ensure future generations. I have a 19-month-old daughter. I want her to be able to see sharks. I want her to be able to dive on a coral reef and see cool stuff. And I want her kids to see that too. And I want her to be able to breathe air that, you can't taste air, but I want her to be able to breathe air that, is clean and healthy. And all this stuff is linked up. It really is. I mean, how could it not be? If you think about it, how we evolved, how could all of these things not be connected?
Yeah, and I think that's like, as a human species, I think we've definitely separated that. We've forgot that, we may just look at the ocean as an ocean and the forest as a forest, and different pieces like that, because for so long they've just kind of been an area of extraction, that we forget that when something happens, let's say with the ocean, that will affect our forest, that will affect us, that will affect the air. And that obviously comes with exploring, education, having a personal connection with it, like everyone's been saying. So I really need to figure out how to frame this. It's not just us too. I think everyone kind of needs to figure out how to frame this so that everyone can feel more connected to it.
Totally. One thing I'll add too is, whenever I'm feeling like I do sometimes get down, we all do. We all have a day or two a month where like, oh, I don't feel that great. I just kind of think about like how big this planet is, and honestly thinking about your guys' amazing track, Ocean Galaxies. I actually meditate a little bit on the immensity of this planet. It's huge. I spent so much time in the middle of the open ocean on boats, just floating around and bobbing around, obviously doing science. But this planet that we have is unlike any other in the entire galaxy, universe, whatever you want to call it. Nothing like this. There are definitely other life forms out there, but they're not as cool as us and what we have. It's not. This is insane what we have here. And I always think about how big this planet is and how, vast it is. And it really is kind of quite humbling. It makes you really feel like there's so many of us that can actually do something.
So my name is HALIENE. You can find me on Instagram at HALIENE. I also stream usually every Monday on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/HALIENE I think all my handles are just HALIENE, and I'm super excited about Oceans and Galaxies, and just awesome to partner with Beneath the Waves for this. So important.
Yeah, Twitch is actually where we met. That's how
right.
This whole song came to be.
That's right.
Yeah, that's so funny. All of my socials, unless something's changed, are, whatever the platform is /JAUZ official. And for those of you who are hearing me or talk for the first time or meeting me for the first time, that's JAUZ official. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, any of them. Also Twitch. I actually got it changed not that long ago. I stream on Twitch. We're back to streaming on Twitch now. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 5 p.m. Pacific time. And you know where to find Oceans and Galaxies. It's on, all of the Monster Cat outlets. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Music. It's going to be everywhere.
It's everywhere.
That's the one thing I'm not worried about. If it's coming out on Monster Cat, it's going to be great. And also, thank you so much to Austin and Beneath the Waves.
Love it. Yeah, you can find me at Dr. Austin Gallagher. Just type in at Dr. Austin on Instagram. You'll find me. I'm there. I'm pretty active. Always posting cool videos and stories about what we're doing in the ocean. And our organization Beneath the Waves is at BT Waves. We've got an amazing, community over there. So please check us out. And that's everything from me.
I've been told I was on mute, so I'm going to go back and re-say everything that I just said, and now I see it coming in chat. Well, like I said, this is live. Thank you guys so much. I was just saying it's so great that we were able to do this roundtable discussion. Thank you to everyone that was watching. I hope you guys took something from it. What I also said while I was on mute was one of my favorite things about this community is that we can have these open-minded conversations, not just on Twitch, but also on Reddit, also on Discord and all of our social platforms. Yeah, see, everyone right now is telling me that I was on mute, but I'm good. So yeah, once again, guys, thank you so much. I do want to thank everyone that donated today. If you were in the position to donate, it's very much appreciated. All of it's going directly to Beneath the Waves. I just saw another one just come in now too. So I do think we hit over $1,000 on this stream. That plus our apparel items, which are going to proceeds to that, are also going to be going to Beneath the Waves. So I believe that is ending today. So make sure to get that if you are interested. It's shop.monstercat.com. So before we get into our premiere of Oceans and Galaxies acoustic, let's take a look at those apparel items one more time.
10,000 miles apart, we'll never be too far.
Cool. Yeah, so make sure if you guys are interested in that, check it out. It's at shop.monstercat.com. All proceeds going to Beneath the Waves. One more thing, I guess, before we go. For this Earth Day, just try to have at least one real lengthy conversation with someone, anyone, a family member, a friend, about our climate. I think it will bring something. And hopefully it will be something very positive, or just like a better way that we can have this sort of dialogue. So with that, I do want to bring us into a very special acoustic version of Oceans and Galaxies. And where is my view? There it is. Cool, guys. Hope you guys enjoy, and please enjoy the sets right after this.
I know there's 10,000 miles between us now, like the light of the moon looking down. I wish that I could reach you, wish that I could crash upon your shore. How your waves make me love to drown. If we're 10,000 miles apart, when we're standing in the dark, we're still looking at the same stars. I'd cross oceans and galaxies for you. Oh, there's nothing I wouldn't do. 10,000 miles apart, we'll never be too far. But I don't know how to write a line in the silver clouds. But you can reach me with your mind. We can cross the borderline. Wish I could fly at the speed of sound. If we're 10,000 miles apart, when we're standing in the dark, we're still looking at the same stars. I'd cross oceans and galaxies for you. Oh, there's nothing I wouldn't do. 10,000 miles apart, we'll never be too far. oceans and galaxies free. I'd cross oceans and galaxies free. 10,000 miles apart, we'll never be too far.
What's up, guys? My name is HALIENE, and I'm so excited to be here for this stream today in celebration of Earth Day. All the proceeds today, of course, go to the amazing charity Beneath the Waves. They are doing some incredible work for our oceans and especially for sharks. I'm also super excited about my release with JAUZ, Oceans and Galaxies, so please make sure you go check it out. I thought I'd start off my stream today with a song you probably know. It's with some of my favorite producers, Seven Lions, Illenium, and Said the Sky. This is Rush Over Me.
Your fingertips on my skin, there's nothing that I wouldn't give to keep this love alive. We gave it all, we gave it up. The chemistry was not enough. Oh, we just collide. I hate myself when I say I need tonight to say goodbye. I will give what's left inside. So rush over me one more time. I miss you, torn apart after tonight, and we can't fix it. Rush over me one more time. The end is coming. Rush over
This next one was my first solo single that came out on Monster Cat, and it's one of my favorite songs I've ever written, and I hope you enjoy it. It's called Dream in Color. Your voice echoes in my mind. I get lost in every line. Whoa, whoa. Raindrops ringing in my head become a melody instead. All my it's always been in black and white, but tonight you make me dream in color. Ooh, you make me dream in color. Ooh, you make me dream in color. Ooh, you dream in color. You make me dream in color. You make me dream in color. Dry bones broken in your hand. You breathe me back to life again. Whoa, whoa. I feel the secrets on your skin. I need your heart to let me in. All my life when I close my eyes, it's always been in black and white, but tonight you make me dream in color. Ooh, you make me dream in color. You make me dream in color. Ooh, you make me dream in color. You make me dream in color. This next one, it's hard to believe actually came out in the very beginning of 2020, and it feels like it was just yesterday. I love singing this song live, and I can't wait to get back out there and sing it live again. You might have heard this on the radio lately. This is Long Way Home with Tritonal, Scala, and JAUZ. Spinning in the sky, we all need something to believe in. Never knowing why, we're always searching for a reason. Why some things break us and some things don't. Like a photograph, hold this moment, 'cause the future won't let us go. 'Cause I know we've got a long way home.
I know the sun is rising. And somewhere in the world there's a place we aren't divided. Whoa, whoa. Where nothing breaks us and we're not alone. Like a photograph, hold this moment, 'cause the future won't let us go. 'Cause I know we've got a long way home. We'll lean on each other, I'm not on my own. As long as I go with you, oh, as long as I go with you, oh, as long as I go with you. As long as I go with you, with you, as long as I go with you, as long as I go with you.
As I said earlier, it's honestly such an honor to be part of this stream and to celebrate Earth Day with all of you. Again, please donate, because everything that you donate today is going to Beneath the Waves to support our oceans. This next one is one of my most highly requested songs on every stream that I do, and it's called Horizon. Heart, don't fail me now, even though the light is fading, when the world is burning down, falling apart as I'm breaking. So wake me now from these clouds. The storm in my head, you were like a ray of gold in a night so cold. I need you again. So I close my eyelids, shut out the violence, here in the silence. You're my horizon. When I am falling, I see you rising, here in the silence. You're my horizon. You're my horizon. You're my horizon. Ooh, you're my horizon. So I close my eyelids, shut out the violence, here in the silence. You're my horizon. I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. I certainly am, and I know Matt is having a blast as well. He's killing those keys back there. This next one is my latest solo release, and it's called Walk Through Walls. Your locked door, an island on an empty horizon. You're breaking on the waves.
is rising. I'll be the sound in the silence, calling out your name. Would you walk through walls if you knew they'd fall? 'Cause I know you can. Would you break the chains and let your heart escape? 'Cause I know that you can. I know you can. I know you can. I'm the whisper inside you. I'll be there when no one can find you, and that will never change. You can let go and give in. Let the lying voice of the dark win. But no, not today. Would you walk through walls if you knew they'd fall? 'Cause I know you can. Would you break the chains and let your heart escape? 'Cause I know that you can. I know you can. And I'll be holding your hand, and I will stand where you're standing. 'Cause I know that you can. I'll be holding your hand, and I will stand where you're standing. 'Cause I know that you can. I know you can. I know you can. I know you can. Oh, I know you can. I know you can.
This next one just came out recently with some of my favorite guys, the Arm & Hammer guys. They are the sweetest. This is also with Adventure Club, who I've wanted to work with for a really long time. This is Anywhere.
You can take my picture if you post it on your heart, 'cause I always knew I'd let you paint my future if you wanted to. I would stay forever, never run away, never hide from you, 'cause you'll find me anywhere without you. Something in the air just finally feels right, circling the world like chasing a satellite. I would go anywhere, anywhere, anywhere with you. Together we are home. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Something that just finally feels right, circling the world like chasing a satellite. I would go anywhere, anywhere, anywhere with you. This next one was written straight from my heart, but I wrote it really quickly. It's about not being able to let that special person go. It's called Erase You, and it's with Excision and Wooly. Maybe love is like tattoos, it stays with you. I tell myself that I've moved on, but I don't move. But why does it feel like it doesn't matter what I do? So if I could, I'd forget it all. Go back in time and rewind my fall for you, but I can't. You're written in my scars, and when it falls apart, I know I can't erase you from my heart. Ooh, erase you from my heart. Erase you from my heart. Erase you from my heart. There's always something left unsaid in our goodbyes. There's always tears I didn't shed that I can't cry. But why does it feel like I'm never really over you? So if I could, I'd forget it all. Go back in time and rewind my fall for you, but I can't. You're written in my scars, and when it falls apart, I know I can't erase you from my heart. Ooh, erase you from my heart. Erase you from my heart. you from my heart.
Again, my name is HALIENE. You can come follow me on Instagram. I'm at HALIENE, and I also stream on Twitch at HALIENE TV every Monday night at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks for donating tonight, guys, and please keep it going. We are supporting an amazing charity for Earth Day called Beneath the Waves that is doing amazing work for our oceans and sharks. I have one more song for you before we head out, and this is a really special one to me. It's my most requested song live. Are you ready, Matt?
I'm ready.
This is Saving Light with Gareth Emery and Standawick, which also came out on Monster Cat.
I'm here where endless meets the end. Do you see me? I'm hidden here again. Your whispers found its way, calling me to stay. I'm standing at the edge, but something always brings me back. All the voices in my head reminding me of what I have. If I fall tonight, you can bring me back to life. If I fall tonight, you can be my saving light. You can be my saving light. You're here like lightning in my veins. Now they see me, and I'll never be the same. Your whispers found its way, calling me to stay. I'm standing at the edge, but something always brings me back. All the voices in my head reminding me of what I have. If I fall tonight, you can bring me back to life. If I fall tonight, you can be my saving light. 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 You can be my saving light.
Once again, my name is HALIENE, and it's been so amazing being part of this stream. Happy Earth Day, guys. And go check out Oceans and Galaxies.
10,000 miles apart, we'll never be too far.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to Monster Cat and Beneath the Waves for having us today. I'm Monica Santucci, and I'm going to be playing a couple original songs with Edgar and Mahesh. So thank you guys so much. Just sit there Yesterday, you were mine and I was yours. I would wait just a bit, wound up in your arms. Time will tell us just where we go. Always stuck inside your tornado. 'Cause I'm waiting out the storm before I up and go. I see beneath your scars I'd never lose hope. Oh, I'm waiting out the storm. I hear the thunder roll, but it's tearing me apart like a tornado. Like a tornado. Like a tornado. Every time we rewind to the way we were before, waking up still stuck in the endless back and forth. The time will tell us just where we go. Always stuck inside your tornado. 'Cause I'm waiting out the storm before I up and go. I see beneath your scars I'd never lose hope. Oh, I'm waiting out the storm. I hear the thunder roll, but it's tearing me apart like a tornado. Like a tornado. Like a tornado. Like a tornado. There were times we would drive till the sun broke, through the black of the night on a wide road paved in dreams that led me back to you. Lit a spark in the dark, gave me no choice. In the night, you're a light in the white noise. Suddenly, my heart says something new. In your eyes, I swear I feel forever, and I'm falling into the deepest part of you. In your eyes, I feel my heart surrender as your love breaks through. I'm lost inside your deep blue. I'm lost inside your deep blue. I'm lost inside your deep blue. Passing cars, skipping stars when I got you. In your arms, cover scars like a tattoo. Rescue me and put back all the pieces. How did I miss the times that you came through? With every glance was a chance I was blind to. Now I see you're everything I needed. In your
inside your deep blue. I'm lost inside your deep blue. I'm lost inside your deep blue. I'm lost inside your deep blue. Fading away with every secret that you whisper. I'm losing myself in you. I'm making my way through your endless twists and rivers, just trying to stay with you. You pulled me deeper into the darkness, only you can be my light. You pulled me closer into the darkness, only you can be my light. You can be my light. You can be my light. Pull me deeper into the darkness, only you can be my light. You can be my light. Stuck in the wave of your endless crashing ocean, just trying to stay afloat. Don't know what to say when I sink into your deep ends. Take all the breath from me. You pull me deeper into the darkness, only you can be my light. Pull me closer into the darkness, only you can be my light. You can be my light. You can be my light. Closer into the darkness, only you can be my light. You can be my light. Pull me deeper into the darkness, only you can be my light. You pull me closer into the darkness. Only you can be my light. You can be my light. I won't put up a fight for you. If you can't seem to grasp the truth, 'cause it's on you. Cast us away at the end of the day. That's all. Say it's on you. Make the mistake that you'll be okay if that's what you wanna do. Ooh, ooh, yeah, that's on you. Ooh, yeah, that's on you. It's on you. Cause it's away at the end of the day. That's all I say. It's on you. Make the mistake that you'll be okay if that's what you wanna do. Ooh, ooh, yeah, that's on you. Ooh, ooh. I wish you could see what's underneath. 'Cause all we need is you and me. But that's on you. Cast us away at the end of the day. That's all. Say it's on you. Make the mistake that you'll be okay if that's what you wanna do. Ooh, ooh, yeah, that's on you. Ooh, yeah, that's on you. That's on you. Cast us away at the end of the day. That's all I say. It's on you. Make the mistake that you'll be okay if that's what you wanna do. Ooh, ooh, yeah, that's on you. Ooh, yeah, that's on you. Cast us away at the end of the day. That's all. Say it's on you. Make the mistake that you'll be okay if that's what you wanna do. Ooh, yeah, that's on you. That's on you. Laying with you, time slow down. Thinking about nothing at all. It's crazy how much time has changed. When I look back, you've taken my love for granted. And now all you crave is getting my call. Thought you would find my replacements. Now looking back, oh, don't you do so much better? You'll never find someone that has what I offer. Ooh, why don't you do so much better? Ooh, why don't you do so much better?
and now I came back even stronger. You wish you could have. Oh, why don't you do so much better? You'll never find someone that has what I offer. Oh, why don't you do so much better? Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to Monster Cat and Beneath the Waves for having. Pieces of me are lost without you, and now I came back even stronger. You wish you could have. Oh, why don't you do so much better? You'll never find someone that has what I offer. Oh, why don't you do so much better? Oh, why don't you do so much better? Why don't you do so much better? You'll never find someone that has what I offer. Ooh, why don't you do so much better? Ooh, why don't you do so much better? So much better. You'll never find someone that has what I offer. Ooh, why don't you do so much better? Ooh, why don't you do so much better? Ooh, why don't you do so much better? You'll never find someone that has what I offer. Ooh, why don't you do so much better? Ooh, why don't you do so much better? So much better. You'll never find someone that has what I offer. Ooh, why don't you do so much better? Ooh, why don't you do so much better?
Hey, my name is Amity, and I'm super excited to perform for Earth Day. I can't emphasize how important it is to keep our oceans clean. The ocean covers so much of the Earth and affects our ecosystem greatly. Make sure to type !donate to find out ways to support this great cause with Beneath the Waves. With that being said, I made a super special set just for Earth Day. I made orchestral versions to 4 of my songs, so today I'm going to be singing a couple of my songs for you all. Enjoy.
Love me like a riptide. I don't know if I survive as darkness falls. An ocean in your eyes, and I need you to let me go,
to let it flow. I'm falling down. Your waves are pulling me under. I drown to the sound of thunder. The ocean is taking another life. Your waves are pulling me under. Where your love won't make us suffer. The ocean is taking another life. I'm caught in your riptide. The water rushing over, my body grows colder, closer to you. Everything is blue now. Tell me how it's so beautiful. Illuminate, all I need is you. Your waves are pulling me under. I drown to the sound of thunder. The ocean is taking another life. Your waves are pulling me under. Your love won't make us suffer. The ocean is taking another life. I'm caught in your riptide. 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 Bring your soul like a waterfall. Let me inside your walls. You've been living in the stars for too long. With half your pieces gone, and there's nothing you can do. So let me fix you. I know you're falling apart at the seams, but when you're breaking down, it's beautiful to me. 'Cause I know in the fragments of your heart, there's a life you never knew. So when you're falling apart at the seams, let me fix you. Bring your soul like a waterfall. Let me inside your walls. You've been living in the stars for too long. With half your pieces gone, and there's nothing you can do. So let me fix you. I know you're falling apart at the seams, but when you're breaking down, it's beautiful to me. 'Cause I know in the fragments of your heart, there's a life you never knew.
ocean, so deep I'll never know. I'm coming closer, your fractures high below, and your missing pieces I will follow, so I can guide them home and feel that hollow in your heart. Watch over I don't want nobody else closer than you, closer than you. And I can't let in someone else closer than you, closer than you.
Once again, my name is Amity. Thank you so much and happy Earth Day. Let's keep this world clean. Let's keep our oceans clean, not only for us, but for generations to come. Love you all so much. Mwah.
Feel the thunder, but there's something sweet about the rain. We're going under, but that's not how we'll stay. Oh, 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 oh. That's not how we'll stay. The waters keep on changing, changing. I think we'll be okay as long as I keep patient. You say you want me, but then you go and do the same thing again, again, again. You say you need me, but then you go.
Yo, 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 check. All right, that was an audio noob move 101. I actually turned off the mic just because I didn't want to talk over the set, so I know that I'm back now. That's twice. Thanks everyone for sticking around. I do apologize for that. Thank you to all the incredible sets that we just did. I love listening to them. Thank you, Amity, Monica Santucci, and HALIENE. Once again, as well, thank you for a roundtable discussion. I had a blast talking with Austin, JAUZ, and HALIENE as well. And, of course, Amanda Cha starting off the hour with that incredible art piece. Yeah, we're going to wrap this up. Donations are going to stay open for the rest of the day. We're probably going to funnel in our apparel donations into that as well. So hopefully we can hit that goal. And thank you to everyone that donated today. That's kind of it for me. I kind of want to get off before I make another mistake, but I had a great time with all you guys today. Happy Earth Day from everyone here at Monster Cat, and have a great day.
You say you want me, but then you go and do the same thing again, again, again. You say you need me, but then you go and say you see her again, again, again. 'Cause we know this goes, yeah, and now we're getting so old, yeah. And I don't wanna be the one that's picking up the pieces one by one. I said I'm done, but I'm not. No, I've never got.
I tell you a story about me and you, out on the water, surrounded by the blue. They scream that only I'll be saved. They tossed off the line, but I just let it float away. float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Float away, float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Story about you and me, stuck on the water, the waves are getting deep. They scream that only I can breathe. They toss out the mask, but it's a little out of reach. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float